Like we are going live on YouTube. Yep, we're live on YouTube. All right.
Neil, where did you get this article from? Story.
I don't know. I was just looking through it. I was like, what the hell? Like
What?
I
No.
I, I was like, I can't even believe this. Okay. Um, before we get into it, was there anything anybody wanted to say about the show?
I really
Yep,
like the topic.
Good show.
Like,
it was a good
Mhm.
show.
yeah,
Yeah.
I really
I
enjoy.
I, I thought there was great interaction. I thought we had a lot to talk about. That was good. It was excellent, excellent.
Johnny, the issue at the end of the show when we couldn't hear you, you had some pens and pencils that you were rattling around in your hand. So the microphone or the software was trying to do noise cancellation. So everything that you were saying was completely chopped up because the noise
Yeah.
in the
It was just
background,
picking up the
and then
noise.
it's trying to mute it. It's trying to cancel out the noise, and when it does, it cancels you out too. So it comes out very staccato.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
Okay.
mean, other than that, but as soon as you started doing it, it's like, oh shit, I know exactly what it is. Clink, 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 clink. Clink, clink. I was like, oh, I can hear the wood.
Know that
Right.
though because I touch stuff whenever
You fiddle.
sometimes I'll
You're like me. You're a fiddler.
yeah, like I'll just start
ADD.
touching.
Hmm.
Right.
Yeah, I'm a fiddler too. All right. So, oh, but also, I named it the after show, so I'll need you to fix that later, Robbie.
I'm
We are
sorry.
live, so I named it the
Okay.
after show. So once we figure out what 'cause I'll need you to change it
Oh
later.
yeah,
But
yeah, for sure, for sure.
yeah, but it was a good show. I really enjoyed that with you guys. We had a lot of good interaction from people online, so that was helpful.
Okay, Mike really made me laugh with that comment. So okay, Rob is the only one I'm helping. It's like,
Yeah.
yes, I've got some help. This is amazing.
Just
Turns
in
out I
case,
didn't need too much.
can you troll the YouTube feed if you don't mind?
Yeah, I've got the YouTube feed up.
Alright, so look, okay, so I saw this. Gianni asked me where I got it from. I think I was like, I think it was, I don't know where I found it actually. I was just trolling things and I was like, so a woman who was allegedly raped as a teen loses custody to her child to the accused rapist, and she has to pay child support. Now she became pregnant at six. Her name is Krista Abelseth. Abelseth. She was 16 when John Barnes was 30. Let's see. It
Oh,
says, um, mm, 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 let's
Rape.
see. Yeah. So custody began in 2011 after the girl turned 5. The child turned 5, and Barnes learned he might have a child. Abel Seth says she has no idea how he discovered the daughter's existence. Um, Apparently, when she was 16, he forced her to have sex with him. Um, yeah.
wow.
And even on top of that, they've done a DNA test, so they know it's his child. Of course, you can just, and it's also illegal to, I think it was, let me double check. I think it's Kentucky or where I'll figure out where it is, but wherever it is, um, it's illegal to have sex with a minor under the age of 17. So he absolutely raped her. That's why I don't know. A lot of the articles are saying alleged, but the child has his DNA. They done a DNA test. She was 16 when she was raped, and on top of that, now they have to. She has to give up custody and pay child support. So what do you guys think on this? I know, Robbie. Did you read through it?
I did not read through it, unfortunately, but just as a concept, it boggles the mind, and this is why we need to ensure that the anti-abortion lawmakers don't win the fight, because this poor young girl to have to endure being raped, to have to go through pregnancy that she didn't really want, she was forced into, and then subsequently, like, that's I have to wonder if it was like a DNA test on the kid, and then that's the flag, because I know some people do DNA tests and houses of cards, the house of cards comes down, so to speak,
Right.
after a DNA test for some families. So,
Yeah.
yeah, the fact that this person even has an entitlement to the child when he raped a minor, I, I can't find,
I
unless
don't
she's completely unfit as a mother, there should
Right.
be no
Right.
way for this to happen.
And there's no indication that she is. Absolutely none. So it says they reported that when she was 16 years old, when she met 30-year-old John Barnes at a bar in Hammond in 2005, Abelson said Barnes told her he'd drive her home, but instead brought her to his house, where she said he raped her on his living room couch. She became pregnant, but held off on reporting the incident to authorities. Um, and then later, a DNA test proved that Barnes is the father. And she says, when my daughter was 5 years old, he found out about her. And once he found out about her, he pursued custody and wanted to take her away from me. They granted him 50-50 custody despite the fact that the child was caused by rape. Fucking crazy.
Mind
And I
blowing.
think this is just the worst nightmare, that scenario that people, say this is what could happen. And then you do have, current custody laws. It does not matter how the child got there. It doesn't it really doesn't seem to matter the mental status of either parent, that the current family court laws seem to just push for 50-50 custody, regardless of how the child got there, regardless of how one parent feels, regardless, I mean, I've seen 50-50 custody when the father has, been violent towards the mother and still gets 50-50 custody. So I'm not surprised about that at all.
I don't understand some of these laws. I mean, some of these decisions and decision making by some of these judges. I mean, she did say that she is apparently this guy is pretty tight with law enforcement and I guess the judges, the local law enforcement and judges. That's what she claims. Um, she said that
why
on
did
July. Go ahead.
I was gonna ask why did the biological father want custody of that child? What would like just
Because he
thought
didn't
you
know
guys
of that child, and then he found out that there was a child, that he had a child out there. That's oh, hey, I've got a kid out there.
Yeah. You know, it
So
says
yes,
on July 15th, on July 2015, which is I don't know, several years after, she pressed criminal charges. And in her report, she detailed the rape and said that Barnes had been stalking and harassing her. But despite the report, the sheriff's department never acted. So,
They don't act. They don't act. I mean, the law enforcement tends to take it as it's he says, she say, and it's hard to prove. And if it sounds like he had been stalking her, this seems like it's just more of a control issue and a further way for him to exert his control over her. Rape is not a three-letter word. It is all about control and power,
mhm,
and he's probably doing this more so for power. I mean, if he's truly having a relationship with his child, I mean, every child deserves to have a relationship with each parent,
sure.
but, you get these gray areas that
And
then
this was 16 years ago. I looked it up. So this happened 16 years ago. So she's 32 now. Child is 16. Um, but this is just crazy. I mean, why wouldn't an attorney, a lawyer, a judge just be like, okay, this is a rape victim. I mean, it'd be different if like I don't know, I'm just blown
the
away by
laws
some of these decisions.
the laws don't adjust for that. The
How's
laws
this in the
say
best
what's
interest
in
of a
the best
child?
interest of the child, and right now, current trend is that they push that it is in the best interest for the child to have a relationship with both parents.
A
I've gone
rapist
Period.
through
that's
family
of
court, and
a
there's
rapist
never
of a
just
16-year-old.
there's
I
no
mean,
blanket solution in the family
Period.
court system.
because if you
that's
think about it, the child now is 16 years old. So I mean, he could be raping his child. I mean, it's you don't put your in the best interest of the child, you don't put your child in with a child rapist. That's not never in the best interest of a child. I just don't get it sometimes. It's just so frustrating. And like you said, the abortion laws and everything. Go ahead, Gianni. You're trying to say something. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just commenting on what I'm like rooting for what you're saying because it's just I'm like trying to add it up. Like, yeah, there's laws and all of this that would protect. He probably has some connection, but it's like anybody on her, like the judge, for example. How are they allowing this? Like, how is it being allowed? I don't know. I'm looking for the article now to read through it, but it's laughable. It's insane. It's not funny, but it's just crazy.
Yeah.
I think what these type of stories make me feel like is just to be more like instead of maybe running away or kind of like losing hope in this country, just to probably be more proactive as much as I could and just to get me and my peers on board. Like, cause it's just laughable these type of laws that we have. Where's the state that she's in? What's the state that she's in?
The state is
I
Louisiana.
think I found.
Mm.
Okay, yeah, this is People Magazine.
Is Louisiana. Yep. Yeah, it's crazy.
So, being raped, did she tell that time when she was 16?
She
No.
didn't tell him until
No, no.
2015.
Okay.
Yeah, she didn't tell him until 2015, but because it happened in 2005. She didn't tell them until 2015. So 10 years later, filed a
But
report.
law enforcement tends to treat rape like it's he said, she said. They're like, well, it's going to be hard to. I mean, unless it's like extremely violent and like, I mean, we even saw what happened with that one guy. People walked up on him raping this woman, and he
Mm.
still basically got off. And he was, caught in the act, and he still got off. Like they
Yeah.
don't. They treat it like, well, you said he did it, but we really can't prove he did it.
What does it take to change that? I mean, I don't even know.
I mean, I think it's, kind of patriarchal. Like, it's just, again, like, it kind of leads a little bit to women's rights or lack thereof, or women to be not treated like they are in control of their bodies. I mean, it is, I mean, going back to the medieval times, women were supposed to always be available to a man for whatever his needs are whenever he had them. And those ideas are still being perpetrated. Like, it wasn't until recently that, you had a woman who would be able to claim marital rape.
Mm.
That
Very
that
true.
has only just been, maybe in the last 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's, again, like, lack of women's autonomy on her body.
I don't get it. This blows me away. All right.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm just is the justice's name mentioned in the article, Neil? Because I have to wonder if this was a male or a female justice who awarded this decision.
let's
Because
see.
like it just boggles the mind that I get it. For simplicity, they try to adopt blanket solutions in the legal system, but when it comes to families, when it comes to children, each case needs to be treated as the unique entity that it is, because let's face it, I mean, there's no two situations that are the same when we're dealing with this kind of stuff.
Yeah, they don't say. Oh, judge. Yeah, here's a judge. Judge Jeffrey C. Cash with the Tangipahoa Parish Courthouse in Louisiana. Jeffrey
Oh,
C.
Jeff.
Cash, which isn't surprising when you when you ask. I was like, it's got to be a guy. So let me look for a guy's name.
Yeah, right. Like I'm asking the question, but kind of like I know what the answer is, but can we just
All right, all right, Robbie. Enjoy the rest of your Father's Day.
Mm-hmm.
Are you guys doing anybody
Aw.
doing anything else for the rest of the evening? I'm going out to like a cookout for Father's Day
Ooh,
over my in-laws' house. So
that sounds
yeah,
yummy. That sounds
nothing on the docket. Nothing on the docket.
nothing on the dock. So
Good
you're just gonna
for that.
chill and enjoy your time at home.
Yeah, absolutely,
yeah.
absolutely.
That's the best
Sounds
with the
like fun.
people you love.
Yeah, it's much needed every now and then, right?
Yeah, you gotta relax, rest.
Always.
Thank you again, Dr. J, for filling in your fantastic job today. Enjoyed it.
No
Thank you.
worries.
Enjoyed it. Yeah.
No
Deep
worries. Thank
conversations.
you.
I love your thoughts on all these conversations. So
Me too.
your
Thank you.
perspective is important.
Very
Thank
lucid,
you.
very
Thank
well
you.
put out statement.
All right, Gianni. I'll see you later. Have a good night, guys.
Bye,
Bye,
y'all.
everyone.